Well, I wasn't planning on doing a video on this, so I'm just going to be doing it by hand by myself. But there's a Hotpoint here that the handle is not latching now that I got it pulled out. And I saw it when I picked it up. There's a simple thing it might have been, which is just non-greased. The little latch mechanism inside the door is just not lubricated well, and so it'll stick. Thought maybe that was it. It wasn't. So I had to take the door apart and fix the internal latch catch. So I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick. So this is the one I just replaced it with, and this is the broken one. It is repairable, so I'm going to hold on to it, but just for sake of quickness, I'm just going to swap it out. You can see that base of this pin is set down in the bottom. This one has come out. Those teeth are all worn down. That pin is now oblong in the hole. This one's nice and straight. Because there's room, there's slop there, the end of that pin, the top pin, the plunger, is not on the rolling pin. So this one, if you can see, is that cross pin right there is touching the top of the plunger. This one, it's behind that pin. So what it actually does is it wedges it in place, and it doesn't allow it to close, let alone doesn't function as it's, opening as well as it should be. But so to fix this, you take out the bolts that hold the handle all together and the inner door and peel it out. You don't even have to take it out of the way. Remove this inner door handle, and if you were to repair this, you could drill that guy out. Or actually, I think it's a punch. Yeah, this one's a punch. Punch that out, and that whole hinge with the spring will go exploding everywhere. And then you just take that whole plunger and get it set in this hole correctly. But you can put a little rubber grommet around it to hold it in place, like a hard rubber plastic. You could, you could even weld it in if you wanted to, but it wouldn't be removable again afterward. But the problem is now it won't. It's too spring loaded and it's in the wrong place, so it physically won't open. If you look, this looks totally different than this other bracket. So that goes right there. It's in a totally different spot. And that's because this is for a GE of a different year. But this top piece, this triangle mechanism, that's the same. And there's actually quite a few different versions. This is a 55 GE. So now this is the same as the one I have on the bench. There's a couple different versions of it. And these are different makes. But the mid-50s GE and Hotpoints all look like this, and you'll see them sticking out of the hole. Look, you'll just see that roller and that pin, and if it looks like that, it's probably going to be it. Same one, and those are rebuildable as well. So this one is a 54 Hotpoint, I believe. This has a nice chrome cap on it normally, but this body, if you look at this body, it's the kind of squared off, but not square. The last GE body with mechanical latches, and it's the same as that one right there, that GE. The body's the same. This is the earlier body that ended in 52. And if you look in that hole, that has the little plunger. Not the plunger, the roller for the plunger. If you look in this hole, this is the one we're going to be talking about today. And this is what is inside there. It's in both doors. It's the same in both doors. And the only part of it that goes to the outside is this little plunger. That's right there, with the grease on the end there. And how this is held in goes this way. And these 4 screws from the outside hold those 4 on the inside. And then there's 2 that go along right here. Those 2 are the ones that are hard to get. You have to remove the inner door to get to them. So to get this fixed, basically what it'll do is it'll bump, the handle will move, but the mechanism inside won't. And normally you can reach in and I'll show you. And you can see this is pushed in, that plunger is down, cannot be touched, and this paddle is up. And what happens is once that door hook hits that paddle, it latches that roller around it. So if your fridge can do that, and then when you open the handle, it sticks in that position, you have a fully functioning door handle. If it stays like that, it's not gonna latch. If it stays open, it's not gonna latch. You need to have that clasping action for it to work. Sometimes it's just sticky and gunky, and if you spray some lubricant in here on this hinge and that spring, it'll free up. That's what I thought it was, but it wasn't. And so, but luckily I have replacements of these. So I already got it out, which, like I said, to get that out, you just take the 4 screws, and then to get the inner panel, you peel up this, oops, don't pull it out, just peel it up like that, and you'll see these little retainer screws. It's like a angled washer kind of deal, holder clip with a screw. And it's not every one, it's every other one. So some of them will be on top like this, and they're holding it down. Those are the ones you got to remove. The other ones will be under, and you'll see them poking through like that. And those ones are holding that bracket down that holds the gasket down. So if you only remove the ones that are on top, you can pry this gasket up and remove the inner door panel without actually removing the gasket. That's on GE and Hotpoints. And like I said, this covers the whole body style with this kind of catch hook, which I have another video on adjusting that, and that style internal latch. So once you get that peeled off, and like I said, you don't even have to remove it all the way. You just got to get the 2 sides, and then this, you can pull this away as long as you're careful and you don't crack it. And you're going to reach inside and get the last 2 screws, which are right here. And they're here and here, but facing this way. And you could just get your nut driver in there like that and get those 2 off, and then the whole piece removes with those 4. And then I'll show you what that looks like inside. Okay, I got that back in there and got the 6 screws. 1, 2 on the side. Sorry. 1, 2 on the side. 4 on the front. There's a paper cardboard like moisture protector right there. That's back in place. The gasket is back over the inner door. I have not put those screws in yet because I want to test that it works. And it is latching, and now it needs to be adjusted. So you can see when I pull the handle, it goes up like it's supposed to, and I let go of the handle, and it stays there. And then once it hits that, it closes. Now, so I just need to bring this out so it closes around the hook rather than closes here and pushes itself back open. There's a whole other video on that. I think it's called gasket adjustment or handle replacement or something. I don't know. Mid-50s GE. It's one of my videos and shows that and the internal mechanism of that. But now I just got to put those tab screws back down underneath right here in those little spots and be good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Justin and Vintage 55.